Welcome back to Take a Seat. Normally we have business people and entrepreneurs, but today we have an up and coming sports celebrity. And I'd like to introduce Ceran Singh Sokhi.
McLaren wanted me to actually be part of their development program, but because it costed a hefty amount of money, we couldn't financially afford it. So when they say if you took one step in that direction, what could have happened? I would have probably been in a racing seat right now, and probably been up there in the F1 paddock at this current point if we actually pursued it. So
Do you have any regrets?
we have no regrets of it, because at that time we couldn't afford any more of a financial setback, because the first year of McLaren costed us 7,000, and that wasn't our own money either.
So what does it mean by being scouted for McLaren? That you just wear their uniform? Do they help you? Or?
So in that particular year, it was them training us. So us basically how to actually race properly, like as a driver, what to do, how to bring ourselves into the rhythm of actually being a driver, Zen breathing, analyzing the atmosphere, what's happening, how to block out any negativity. It was all the junior driver type stuff that they were teaching us.
If I'm going to be in this position for a long time, how do I maintain that and keep this?
So with the training stuff, so if I'm like in this position, I'm like, right, what muscles are literally tensing? That's what I initially think. So it's forearms, biceps, shoulders, chest, upper, middle, lower chest, and surprisingly, legs as well. So I'm like, right, what can I do to just basically make these muscles feel pain when I'm training? So an exercise that I do is I get a barbell, 10, 15 kilo barbell.
Yeah.
Simply just wrists, cut the forearms up and
Your
down.
forearms. Yeah.
Then the pain travels all the way down.
Yeah.
So when I get to about 70 or 80 reps, I'm literally like,
Burning.
ow. Shoulders, I just try and do the generic shoulder stuff,
Yeah.
because that's what's most effective, as I know from a little bit of biology, that the shoulders is not really the biggest muscle. It's just a little teeny muscle, but it kills the most.
Absolutely. You got your medius,
Yep.
frontal, rear delt, and it's all about. So do you go for more high reps? Or?
So yeah, I do a lot of reps. Minimum I do is like 12 reps per weight set I do, because I'm thinking, right, it's the endurance as well. I got to last until as long as I can. But then I know the limits of, right, I'm going to probably tear a muscle, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
The main thing as well is I always stretch, as it just relaxes everything and starts to just recover. It's recovery at the end of the day. Another exercise is on the treadmill. I have so when you do bicep curls, the dumbbell weights. I carry now is about 4 or 5 kilos, and I run with them, because if it's recreating the scenario of me holding the steering wheel.
Yes.
Especially going down the straight and just holding that, because there's no power steering in these junior category cars. It's just you have to actually heave the car into it. So I'm replicating that. So I'm doing intervals on the treadmill for half an hour, 40 minutes, a minute on, minute off. Sometimes I even sprint with them to get the actual movement.
Yes.
So I'm in this position. I'm tensing now in this position for half an hour.
Yes.
Or 20 minutes, more or less. So that's the length.
So not one-handed, around the corner.
I can't, unfortunately, no. Even one, I've tried it, and it is tough.
Oh,
like
mate.
Sometimes I can't even turn the car going one-handed. I actually have to physically use 2 hands.
Wow.
The minimum salary for an F1 driver is about 750,000, and that's the lowest. But still, that's a chunk of money. But so that's the potential that I'm not doing it. Obviously, we all here to make money. That's what everyone's like kind of driven for. But for me, it's not just about the money. It's what I want to do what I love most. To me, money is basically a bonus, if that makes sense.
It's just the cherry on top.
Yeah, like if someone tells me tomorrow I'm going to be earning 10 million a year, I'll be like, all right. Would I know what to do with it? Probably not, because not everyone can just say 10 million just like that. That's just me if I was there in person and someone said it to me within minutes. But racing is what I love doing, and it's what I want to keep doing for as long as I can. My salary
Complements everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, like I want to make the millions, like everyone here does, but just racing for me is what I want to achieve the most.
Do you think you're born with a gift?
So when I've been asked that a couple of times, just by family members, like none of my friends have asked me, but the gift thing, maybe. I don't see it as if, like, I was, God sent me to race. I don't think like that. It was just a thing that we tried, and somehow I'm good at it. So whenever I go out on track, even to this day, even though my parents, so context, my dad will tell me if I'm doing shit. He won't hesitate to say, Sarah, I saw you're driving out. This is why you're not quick. and I hate it, but then I go faster because I'm like, I don't like what my dad called me.
Yeah.
He never done abuse or anything, but he just goes, stop being a muppet and just drive properly.
Yeah.
But it's that little initiative to me, and he knows that I crack a little bit, but he knows I'll go faster because of that. Because then when I go faster, that's when I instantly come back, and he goes, see, all you have to do is fix this one corner. Look at you now. So with the gift that probably, maybe, I don't know. I just see that I just sit in a car and I do my job. I love my parents to bits. They're mainly the rock of how I'm here now, as they've always done their best for what I can, and they're trying to do their best for me. I'm thankful for them, really, and my sister as well. Like, when times got tough, my sister was sponsoring me for my tires. And tires are, so a set of slick tires back then were 200 quid, and no, 150, and the wet tires were double the amount, 300. My sister was sponsoring me for my race tires back in karting when times got tough.
Amazing.
So family is most important, as they will support you no matter what you're going through. Yeah, like, you know, have a little bit of tiffs here and there as it happens, but it's what makes us, it's what makes it stronger.
Yeah.
And we got to spend as much time as we can with our loved ones. And my family is the closest thing I have, and I can't imagine without it.
I mean, a lot of people, we've got family around us and we just don't even recognize that these are people. Like some families can give you emotional support, some give you monetary, some give you a little bit of everything. But, you know, these are our real mentors who have been through life before us. You know, we can learn something so much from them, and we don't just always just need to look at what we're getting from these people. You know, we must respect like people like our parents. Yeah.
So going back to 2013, I had my sticker kit, like, so you can also change the stickers on the go-karts.
Yeah.
My kart was a Ferrari go-kart. So I actually won the championship with that go-kart.
Wow.
And it was a good looking kart. Like, it actually looked quite nice.
Yeah.
And it was fast actually as well. And speaking of that go-kart in particular, and just going back to my like raw like talent wise,
I can imagine.
so that particular go-kart, it was so weak, like the actual stress of the car was that kind of high, where at the particular track I had to ride the curbs because it was part of the racing line. So every time I had to ride the particular curb, the cart would just bend. It was that weak.
Wow.
It got to the point where my dad would actually near enough bend it back into place because it was that weak.
Wow.
And it's made out of steel, and steel's quite brittle and strong. But because I won on that particular kart, it got sold because I won with that kart. It was known as a championship winning kart, and that kart was 3-4 years old and it's been through its days. So I had a car which wasn't the best kart, but from how I drove the kart and just how good the engine was at that time,